Absa Insurance understands that your assets are more than just possessions. They matter for the stories they tell. We understand that time matters too. So we offer car and home insurance cover in under 5 minutes with competitive premiums and up to 44% cash back on your car insurance premiums every month. We invite you to write your story with us. Switch to Absa Insurance today. Visit absa.co.za/activate to get a quote. Your story matters. Absa, an authorized FSP and registered credit provider. T's and C's apply.
#MSW.
You may begin to feel anxious or excited.
Honest, deliberate, engaging, uncensored.
High-dosage administration can cause adverse reactions.
And most importantly, independent in mind and execution.
This is a normal response. Are you ready?
Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Wow. Got a bend on it! That is simply amazing! The youngest player to ever play in the semi-final of a major tournament has just delivered a goal for the ages!
Yeah, so congratulations, madam. In Spain, continuing their excellent form at the Euro 2024 is Joburg Richards Bay FC. He is the chairman of the club.
I can assure you that you are announcing a sponsor
next week. In a stunning turn of events, Parkway Group, under the visionary leadership of Chairman Thabiso Tenyane, they've announced the monumental sponsorship deal worth 60 million rand over the next 3 seasons for Richards Bay Football Club.
This is very exciting for me. I believe we'll now have teams that will be competing in the PSL, not only on the field but also financially, like I said, to attract such players.
And may your actions and your brave business decision inspire other business people to invest in football so that our football can grow.
We won't have a situation where 10 games before the last game a team has won a league. That for me is we are actually impacting our league by not necessarily competing in that particular way.
Robert Marawa, live on 947. Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Sowetan Live. #MSW.
So the rugby sold out, guys. If you're heading down to KZN, heading down to eThekwini, Hollywood Bets, Kings Park Stadium, Island versus the Springboks. Sold out signs. So anybody asking you for last minute tickets, forget about it. It's done. I think it's the same pressure people were under last week heading off to the Loftus Stadium. Well supported, you could tell. The buzz in Durban. You could tell the world champions are around. And they deserve every bit of the support that they're currently getting, guys. And good luck for the game of the weekend. Hey, Benny McCarthy out of a job at Manchester United. Ruud van Nistelrooy stepping in. Those are some of the headlines. Rulani Bukwena has got a job. Who else doesn't have a job right now? Plenty of people in the coaching fraternity still without a job. Plenty who are going to be probably fired before the season even begins. That's the nature. That is what we've become so used to. Dramatic night last night. If you're an England fan, hey, is it finally coming home?
Mainu. Palmer. Watkins! Bang on 90 minutes! Amid delirious drama! Well, remarkable. That's the only word I've got. Remarkable. End. Is it the end? You can see how close to heartbreak the Dutch players are, the Dutch fans are. And it's that energy, it's that movement, it's that running in behind defenders Defenders hate it, and he is as good as anybody at doing it. Cole Palmer picks this ball up. Look, he sets off really early. He's got so much to do, really, but it's one touch, and it's hard, it's low, it's powerful, it's accurate, it's a cross for Bruggen, who cannot get near it. What a finish, what a strike.
What a finish, what a strike, man. And the Euro 2024 heading towards an exciting finale. Hey, Spain and England preparing to face off on Sunday. The tournament in Germany has really provided a couple of thrilling surprises. Spain defeating France and also England winning over the Dutch last night. Now, notably, that 16-year-old Lamine Yamal of Spain becoming the youngest ever goal scorer in the tournament. At the same time, Ollie Watkins making that remarkable journey from playing. Guys, remember, he was playing in the Conference South, becoming England's match winner in a major semi-final. Let's quickly catch up with UEFA accredited sports journalist for exclusive insights, though, ahead of the final showdown. We head off now to Germany. Omar Akatugba, who joins me live from Germany. Omar, good to have you back on the line again. Good evening and welcome.
Good evening, Robert Marawa. Good to be on your show again. Very excited. Let's go.
Excited to have you there. You're having the time of your life there, aren't you?
Absolutely. I mean, it's happening on home front. You've got to take advantage of everything because it comes once in a while. 4 years, every 4 years, it's a great opportunity. And, I mean, what else? I have to enjoy it.
I was going to say that, Omar, you couldn't have chosen a better place to work, my friend. I am jealous to the bone because you have seen through domestically, as far as the Bundesliga is concerned, a Bayer Leverkusen side that made history. Right now, though, you're hosting a tournament that continues to make history on multiple fronts. And now England, who are looking back to 1966 and saying, can there be a major trophy coming home? And it's, 90 minutes away?
Absolutely. Maybe it's time to celebrate again. England have been regarded as perennial underachievers for many years, and they've come under heavy jabs. You know, people refer them to the Arsenal or refer them as the Arsenal of international football. They come with a lot of glitz and glamour, a lot of noise. But at the end of the day, they don't win anything. Last time they got to the final, lost to Italy on penalties, and now they are back in the finals. You want to feel like England don't get enough respect. Yes, they've been underachievers, but when they go to tournaments, they always compete favorably. And that's what they've done so far. Not spectacular, but with great character and resilience. And that's what you need to have as a team. You don't have to play well all the time to win. They've somehow walked their way to the final, and that is great respect, especially for Gareth Southgate, who has been heavily criticized by even former footballers like Gary Neville and co. Now it's more or less having the last laugh. Not time to laugh yet. There's still one more game to go, but you want to feel vindicated. Haven't gone under heavy criticism from the start of the tournament, and now you reach the final. Incredible run for England, and the way that ended against the Dutch was so beautiful. They started with, from behind, and just the way they did in all their games, right from the knockout stage to the final, to the point they are right now. They came from behind against Slovakia. They came from behind against Switzerland, and now they've come from behind against the Dutch to win 2-1. Great character, great team spirit, great resilience, and I hope for them, they can take it all the way.
I said to somebody last night, and they were convinced that, the Netherlands are going to win the game. And I said, absolutely, they're not going to win the game. England are in that spell. They are in that mode, which is not a great footballing mode. So let's move away from trying to be analytical again, Omar, as people have been trying to do. And you're right, some of the critics, the former players that have played for England, have been critical of just the basic analytical side of the game. England have rocked up to play football, not pretty football, not entertaining football. Yes. They've got all the superstars there, but I just don't think they are able to use them properly. But they just managing to go one step further. Every time they go one step further. How much closer do you think they would be able to ride their luck? You look at Spain, Omar, and you've seen a well-oiled machine there. There's more structure, there's more balance, there's more of everything.
You use the right word. Structured, well-oiled machine, very balanced team, and a difficult side to play because you're almost always chasing the ball. They sap your energy. They remind you of the Barca team under Pep Guardiola and the Spanish side that went on to win the World Cup in South Africa in 2010 and they won the European Cup. And that is the DNA of the Spanish team. Of course, they face an English side that is resilient. So it's more or less free-flowing football against plucky football, against dogged and rugged approach. It will be interesting. And I think that England should stick to their style because they will not be able to beat Spain to the way they play. So the best thing to do, stick to their style, stick to their guns, and try to maybe ride on the breaks if they get them. I think that they can, but I feel that Spain will be too much for them because if you look at their road to the final, with all due respect to them, they played Slovakia, Slovenia, Denmark, Switzerland. The biggest team they played was the Dutch side. And some persons feel perhaps that penalty somehow turned things in their favor. I feel that they don't have the overall quality to face Spain. But hey, it's a final. It's a one game. I mean, of course, it's not club football, but of course, it's a final. The atmosphere is always different. The spirit is different. The approach is always different. One moment can change the game, and those little details will matter. And I'm sure that's what England will be hoping, that it can work in their favor. They know that it feels, like you said, a well-oiled machine, a very solid team like the Spanish side, with Lamine, making all the records. On the other side, Nico Williams, a very good side. But England can feel like with the quality they have in their squad, they can be able to hold their own against Spain. But just like an English journalist said to me yesterday, he said, whoever wins will lose to Spain at end of the day in the final.
Oh, man. I mean, you were talking just now. You mentioned the name Lamine Yamal. I mean, what a player. Yeah. What a tournament. And when you looked at the stats, though, when they presented some of the stats after the game against France, having scored a goal, he had created 2 chances, he had made 2 crosses, he had won 6 duels, he had won 2 fouls, had made 3 tackles. How then do you even come close to criticize it? They even confuse you somewhat because, they've got the balance left and right with Williams. And at some stage of that game, both Williams and Gyimah were playing on the one side.
Imagine those 2 kids come to you.
No, a 16-year-old and a 21-year-old.
Exactly. It's like a nightmare because they keep running at you, very skillful. They've got guile and craft. And both of them switching play and switching positions. They make you dizzy, actually. And just look at his stats. He's created more chances than any other player in this tournament, and he's just 16. Incredible. If it was in Africa, if it was in maybe Soweto or in Lagos, he would still be selling things maybe on the street or helping his parents, to go fetch water from the river.
And you're not lying, Oba. Some people might think you're joking. You're not lying because we do not give enough confidence and encouragement to youngsters. And for me, that is a coaching.
Exactly.
That's a tactical thing. For a coach to say, here, 16-year-old, you starting a game. You're not coming off a bench because we would want to, give them a little soft cuddle, hug them and say, okay, I'm going to give you a little 10 minutes here. You start the game, you finish the game. Kid plays what? Plays 90 minutes, scores a goal.
Exactly, and that started right from Barcelona, where Xavi said 15-year-old Lamine will be invited to the first team. Everybody was stunned. And I remember when Thierry Henry said back in the day about Bojan, that the age doesn't matter. It's the quality, confidence, and the character that matters. And like you said, the environment is important. Imagine Lamine didn't grow up in Spain. Maybe we'll be talking about one young kid who's got talent, maybe basically looking for how to leave Africa first and foremost, and then talent wasting away in the process of even finding a visa. Environment matters a lot. And when they say that the location sometimes can alter your destiny, they're not lying. Lamine is a great example. Growing up in Spain as being the key element in his growth and his success as a young footballer. And just talking about surprise, as you mentioned in your opening, I think that the greatest surprise we've seen so far is not Spain beating France. That's normal. It's not England beating the Dutch. That's normal. It is Lamine Yamal, 16, and setting up all the records. But something that I've also noticed about this tournament, I think it's a tournament for the youngsters. Kylian, a star that didn't shine. Cristiano Ronaldo, no disrespect to all Ronaldo fans, that was the worst tournament we've seen Ronaldo playing. This is the greatest goal scorer of all time. He played 4 games. I don't think he hit the crossbar. So the youngsters have come to take the stage, and that, for me, has been the biggest surprise of this tournament so far.
Yeah, I know that sometimes, it's an unfair question to ask you as time starts to fight against us here, Omar, but I've got to throw it to you because you've had such a magical season. And one thing I got to tell you is that following your social media, we feel very proud here on the African continent, knowing that the brilliant work that you continue to do on that international platform is second to none. And keep the flag flying. I don't know when you're going to get a rest, though, before the new season kicks in. But by the time happens, by the time the evening is done on Sunday, Omar, who will be lifting that trophy?
Spain. I say this without any fear of contradiction. I think that they're the better side. I think that they've been the best team of this tournament. And I like it when a team starts spectacularly, maintains that tempo, and go on to win. I don't like this talk about people going on the internet to say free-flowing football don't win games because a team that plays quality football gets to lose maybe in the final. I like a team like Spain to go all the way and win the tournament because it will be an absolute victory for football, especially for a kid like Lamine. You want him to just leave Germany with that trophy. That would be amazing. That would be amazing.
I look forward to that, but beautiful analysis as always. Omar, I'm not sure when you're going to be in South Africa next, man, but hook us up, let us know.
We'd love to
have you here.
I'll say it again. Thank you. I look forward to it. South Africa is like home for me. I've been there many times, and I miss South Africa greatly.
Yeah, you're not in Joburg. It's too cold, man. I enjoy that beautiful weather that you have in Germany. Tournament well held. UEFA accredited sports journalist Omar Akatugba. Thank you so much, my friend. Appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Live in Germany. Wow, what a moment for him. What a tournament he's had.
Lost for words, really. I was just trying to describe it to Andy there. When you score, there's emotions that come through your body, but this is just a different feeling. It was slow motion when I was running over to the boys and celebrating, and it was... I didn't want to get off the pitch at the end because I just wanted to soak it all in because it doesn't happen often. The ball's come into me. Obviously, that's not the strongest side of my game, the hold-up play. But the goal is, that's my bread and butter, running in behind and causing the defence trouble. I said to Cole that we were both going to go on the pitch and he was going to set me up at half-time. And it happened, I manifested it. And as soon as he turned, I knew to make the move, and you don't get that opportunity very often, so I had to be greedy. I had to take it, and I've just seen it go into the bottom corner. I don't think I've hit a ball that sweet before, obviously in such a special moment as well.
Yeah, Aston Villa striker Ollie Watkins saying that he waited weeks and weeks though for his chance and also took it with that late winner. What a star, what a superstar. Another superstar steps into studio straight after the break. Edwin Jima.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time. #MSW.
And they're off! Bet 50 Rand or more on horse racing with Hollywood Bets, and you could win over 2 million Rand in prizes, including a brand new Golf GTI or an Amoda Elegance S. Bet now to race to the finish line. T's and C's apply.
Hollywood Sportsbook is a licensed betting operator. Hollywood Bet supports responsible gambling. No persons under the age of 18 years are permitted to gamble. Winners know when to stop. South African Responsible Gambling Foundation toll-free counselling line 0800 006 008 or WhatsApp help to 076 675 0710.
How hard is hard? In the world of off-road legends, there's hard, and then there's tank hard. Driven by a Savage turbo power plant and boasting off-road mastery tech like crawl control and 7 different terrain modes, there's just no stopping the GWM Tank 300. Drive the indomitable Tank 300 from just 8799 per month. Visit gwmtank.co.za for T's and C's. The GWM Tank 300. Go with more.
At Chamberlain's, there's something for everyone. From building supplies for the home renovators to garden essentials for the homemakers. From power tools for the DIY doers to painting supplies for the patio Picassos. We even have coffee for the slightly sleepy and snacks for the young ones. And for the ones who can never quite find what they're looking for, we have you covered too. With our promise to find and source whatever you need. Chamberlain's, famous for hardware since 1903.
Wish big and win big with Cell C. Looking for data for all your streaming, social and gaming on SA's most reliable network? Get 100 gigs on a smart data SIM-only deal for only 189 Rand per month. That's 60 gigs anytime data and 40 gigs night data. Go in store or call 084 145. Sign up, upgrade or top up and stand a chance to win 100,000 Rand towards your wish or win your contract on us. Valid until 7 August. T's and C's apply. Cell C. Change your world.
Life isn't always convenient. Like when your hard-to-please Mama Zala calls on Sunday saying she's around the corner coming for tea. Hey, Kanti, doesn't she know that Sundays are for lovers? Luckily, what is convenient is stopping by your nearest Engen Quick Shop & Co. to shop for tea and biscuits that'll keep Mama Zala happy. Engen Quick Shop & Co. At your convenience. Promotions end 31 August 2024. Terms and conditions apply. Engen. With us, you are number one.
The world's best cooking show is coming to SABC3. MasterChef South Africa Season 5. You'll meet 20 talented home cooks from around Mzansi, Noma Uphumapi, and no matter your favorite dish. See if the chefs can handle the heat in the kitchen in a race to be crowned MasterChef South Africa. Starts Saturday 13 July at 7:30 p.m. on SABC3, Channel 193. MasterChef South Africa, proudly sponsored by Pick n Pay.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
In a stunning turn of events, Parkway Group, under the visionary leadership of Chairman Thabiso Denyane, they've announced the monumental sponsorship deal for Richards Bay Football Club. And you said one of the key things that Richards Bay must do is that they need to get a good coach.
Yeah.
So they have a coach right now.
Yeah.
Uvusivila guys.
Yes. On a high level, where I'm sitting is how did we end up at relegation? How did Richards Bay end up into relegation? How then do you assess? Don't assess the coming back. How did we get there to that particular level?
A football club survives being a football club in the Premier Division.
I want to compete. Chiefs, Pirates, Sundowns, Stellenbosch, the top 4, the top 8. I want to beat them. You need a top coach.
#MSW. #MSW.
All right, we are live on the YouTube channel. Log on and add your comments simply because, hey, this man, I haven't seen him in the longest of time. And it's safe to say, though, that this Black Star will go down in history, guys, as one of the shining Ghanaians ever to grace the Premier Soccer League here in South Africa. Now, a fierce, is a force, is somebody to reckon with, man, on the pitch. Always has been. And is also somebody that gives us all. If you're talking about a committed player, you're talking about him. That winning attitude. I think that desire that a lot of coaches want from their players, the hunger to win, always shown in the game. When you talk about being reliable, rock solid in the heat of defense, he's there. Not only does he have a heart of gold, he's also got a heart of joy, man. One of the most pleasant people you'd ever find. And at times, you see the man and you chat to him, the friendly man, and you see the tackles on the field. It's like two different human beings. And guess what? Now and again, he'll get that odd goal. He'll score. Now and again, he'll score. Especially if the opposition is Orlando Pirates or SuperSport United. And he remembers, though, because he's recently done that, scoring against those two teams. I mean, what a tough as nails workaholic, man. Edwin Jima. SuperSport United back then, Black Leopards, Sekhukhune United, a whole lot of others. And he joins us to reflect on that journey. I don't know what he's up to these days, though. Hey, Ed, good to see you. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Mr. Robert, for this platform.
How are you feeling?
Yeah, feeling good. A little bit nervous, but
You played in Soweto derbies.
Yeah.
There you can get nervous. Not here.
No,
It's just
it's
you
true.
and I sitting here. Two people.
No, it's true. Yeah, no, it's true.
Did you get nervous though? I've been talking about that. Soweto Derby, the biggest on the African continent, probably one of the biggest in the world as well.
No, for sure, Mr. Robert. It's true because I think each and every player wants to have a feel of it, and that's where the whole South Africans are watching you, and that's where you need to show what you are capable of doing. So yeah, I'll take it like an occasion. It's a big occasion that each and every player, when you get opportunity, you need to embrace it, because that's when you get people recognize you easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, those times was great moments. You know, it's a good feeling.
I want to get that negative stuff out of the way. And you've spoken about it so many times. You talk about Pirates and you say you regret it. You say you regret leaving the team in the way that you did.
Yeah, Mr. Robert, you know, one thing through my career, I've learned a lot of things moving forward.
Yeah.
People that I met on the way, on the journey, the club owners, the friends, the players, family-wise, off the field, a lot of things that, for me as a player, I've taken a lot of lessons, you know, from it. That is really, really helping me, because it's not only just about playing, but also being aware of what you are doing and the kind of people you associate yourself with. So I always tell my wife that everything comes from you. If you have to choose bad friends, it's you who choose those bad friends. It's your decision, because you make them come in your way. And as a player, you need to understand, identify where you are coming from. Whether there was money, you coming from a poor family, you need to understand. So the people who knew you back then knows your problem. That time you were struggling. They understand you. But along the way, when you get the fame, the money comes, the nice cars comes, then you forget about those people. Then the people who comes in your way now, they don't know you're suffering. So when something happens to you, they are gone. They are gone.
Did that happen to you? I mean, when you were going through your struggles, and you know the struggles, the headlines were there.
Yeah.
At some point, they were saying you're the bad boy of South African football.
Yeah, you know, like a lot of, I think also it comes with my mentality, because I always train my mind. Normally, 12 midnight, I do extra training around 12 midnight whilst others are sleeping, because I have that. Asamoah Gyan once told me that, Gyimah, if you want to win during the day, you must conquer the night.
Sure.
So Gyan told me that even Floyd Mayweather, he always train midnight, doing gym. So there are a lot of things that behind the scene we do to make sure our performance always be on track, to get to find that balance of ourselves, because it's not easy, Mr. Robert. The club owners especially, now I have a saying in my life that there's no unlucky anymore. Unlucky times, unlucky moments are passing. There's no unlucky. When they give you the opportunity, know that you are going to execute it. If you fail or you lose or you make a mistake, accept it. But when you go on the field, there's nothing like you don't come out from the field and say unlucky. When somebody gets the opportunity, he's gone. So there's
what have the club owners done?
I'm trying to say that I think the former players and even the current players that they are playing, I feel somehow we failed. We failed because we need to make the owners, be proud of us. We need to make the owners, when they are working or when they are with their friends, they become proud that this is the player, I took care of him. There are a lot of decisions that we players that we do that the owners, when they are there and they watch us, they will never take us serious. And they can easily take decisions because they are in that space.
Right.
So for me, I feel we soccer players, we are failing a lot. We are failing the younger generations. The kind of picture we portray to them, the kind of lifestyle we live, decisions, and even off the field.
What would you have done differently, though?
What I would have done, I would have minded my own business. So Mr. Robert, off the field is hurting a lot of people.
Sure.
off the field is really, really hurting a lot of friends.
Yeah.
And one thing I understand, each and every friend, we soccer players, we need to understand the friends around us. Each and every friend has a way to connect to you. This friend, you like him because of this situation. You like this friend because, and they will capitalize on it. So as we players, soccer players, we need to be very, very smart. There's no time for us. We need to be extra careful with our life.
But when you say you would have had to mind your own business, does that mean then you would have been less vocal? Because one thing I have learned about you is that you speak your mind.
Yeah.
The much documented, run-in that you had with Mushin Etrogrel.
Yeah.
That stands out. And also, with the recent situation at Sekhukhune United as well. Katlego had come in, I believe, and do correct me because I was never there.
Yeah.
So it's a case of, okay, a new player comes in, they've got a culture or tradition at Sekhukhune, a new player comes in, they make a speech. So obviously he has a player that's come in, he's come in on loan, and he plays in the same position as you. And then you then use that opportunity to then talk all sorts of bad things about the management. What was going on there? Because I always wanted to give you an opportunity to give your side of the story.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep. Because after that, you last played when? November 12th, last year.
January this year.
This year? Yeah, with like a proper game. That's July now.
Yeah.
It must be frustrating for you. So what caused then the termination of the contract?
I think, Sir Robert, Sekhukhune is an ambitious club.
Yes.
And each and every season, they try different things. For me, my side, I'm really proud of myself for the achievements that the club has obtained, has get now. I'm so proud to the extent that when they told me they didn't need me anymore, I didn't have any hard feelings. Because I felt like they could have maybe spoke to me that, Gyimah, this season, this is the plan. We want to do this. But for me, I still had that mentality of trying to work hard, trying to find myself in the position. And last 2 seasons, I was also nominated on PSL awards. So I was thinking,
you were there for Nedbank Cup. You're the player of the tournament nominee.
Yeah. So I was thinking to continue on the performance from there. But I think the club also have a different, project or a different thing going on. So I felt like they could have probably maybe explained certain things to me. And that situation that happened, up to now, I'm in a good relationship with the players, the management, the supporters, everyone.
But then do you understand why then they would... your contract is going to be coming to an end now anyway.
So for them, Mr. Robert, they could have, speak to me and, in a way that, I could have understand. Because when I go to the team, the chairman, there was a time the team was not underperforming. So the chairman asked to see the players. He asks us, each and every player goes in, he speaks to the players. So when I met the chairman, he told me that, Gyimah, I want my team to be in that top level, like Sundowns, Chiefs, Pirates, and all that. So for me, when he told me that, when I got home, I spoke to my wife. I spoke to her like, Mimi, this is what the chairman said. I don't want to go to that office again. So I have to do the right thing so that he doesn't call me in the office. So probably the mentality of still not giving up. Yeah. So probably if they wanted a new player to play in my position, or maybe they felt like Gyimah has done his part, I think maybe they could have explained or maybe tell me, then I would know where to stand. I never shouted anyone. I never fought. Nothing. Even during my birthday, the players send me wishes. I'm still in contact with Coach Mark McDonald. We talk nicely. Everyone there. I have a good relationship.
But then you want to play football after all.
I just want to play football.
So you haven't played since January.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen now?
For me, I'm just been in the house training, but I've started training with Marumo coach. Coach Dylan asked me to come around, staying in the house, not training, to join the team and train, get some fitness. So
there's hope then. I mean, they're going to be playing out of Bloemfontein in the new season.
Yeah, there's hope. There's hope. There's hope. Me, I still believe in myself, and I know that if any opportunity that I get, I make use of it.
100%.
Yeah.
And I know that you've been that kind of player. What was your relationship like though with Coach Lehlono Siema?
It was good.
Yeah.
It was good. There was in Sekhukhune now, I have a good relationship with everyone. Everyone, the CEO, the chairman's father, everyone, good relationship. That is why I'm saying that they could have. I understand sometimes in life, when certain things happen, you need to accept. You need to accept it.
But then you've got to understand it though, because accepting without understanding makes no sense. Almost like I've got a good relationship with everybody at the club. The relationship is so good that they wanted me out.
Yeah, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's the mentality.
Yeah.
It's like you trying to keep on pushing, and maybe someone also is saying that, okay, relax, boy, relax. We know you. You know you've done your part, and
take a deep breath.
You take a deep breath.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Good evening to your guest, Edwin Jima, strong man. Mr. Marawa, that player, I enjoy watching him when he's playing, Mr. Marawa, especially when he was still a defensive midfield at SuperSport United, because I think since they converted him to a centre back, I think they have limited him in terms of expressing himself, It's not like he's playing in the midfield. In the back line, he has to keep it safe. But what I want to ask Edwin is that which position does he enjoy playing to? Because me, I like him as a defensive midfield. I wish him all the best, and I wish he can get a new team soon so that I can watch him again next season. Good DSTV Premiership. Thank you, Mr. Marawa. Good show.
Yeah, hey, you might not be calling it that league in the new season. But yeah, anyway, let's leave that. You've got a fan.
Yep.
Spongaleni says that he wants to see you play. He's told you where he thinks you should be playing. So I ask you, which position do you enjoy playing?
I think this Gavin Hunt made this thing because there was time in Super Sports that they were short with defenders. So that time I was playing the middle. So Gavin told me, Gyimah, I want you at centre back. So I went there. I played. From that time, I never went to midfield again.
Oh,
yeah. So
Gavin was the one that.
Yeah, Gavin was the one. Gavin Hunt was the one who.
Did you wish him a happy birthday?
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
#MSW.
Lotto Star could slot you to multi-millionaire status. Spin the reels in our slotteries, where your favorite lotteries meet spinning reels with thrilling multipliers, scatters, wilds, and slot pots. To date, we've had over 150 winners hit it big this year. Spin now and you could win instant payouts of up to 10 million rand. Go to lottostar.co.za, your world of live games. Lotto Star is licensed by the Mpumalanga Economic Regulator. No under 18. NRGP 0800 006 008. T's and C's apply. All games are fixed odds betting events.
Get ready for an adrenaline-fueled adventure at the Audi Driving Experience at the world-class Kyalami Grand Prix Circuit in July. If you're looking to warm up and get your heart racing this winter, the Audi Driving Experience should be on your list of things to do. Your ticket gets you behind the wheel of some of Audi's most powerful performance vehicles, hosted within a premium environment, courtesy of Audi. An experience not to be missed. Book at experience.audi.co.za. Experience Vorsprung for yourself at the Audi Driving Experience.
That's Harold Net Forest Hotline, Rowan on the line.
Harold, help. Last year, I forgot my wife's birthday.
Whoops, let me guess. Things got a bit hairy, hey?
No, the exact opposite. She swapped my shampoo for hair remover. There's not a hair left on my head.
Ooh, smooth.
Please help me get it right this year.
You can get a lot more than right. Just visit Netflorist and order the biggest birthday bouquet you can, and your head will be all taken care of. Netflorist, it's easy to show you care.
You can't stop the rain. Queen Mujaji on Mzansi Magic from Sunday 14 July at 8 p.m. DSTV, the home of local.
Dogs are our loyal guardians, always by our side. No matter the mischief or adventure, our dogs remain our cherished best friends. When it comes to safeguarding them from parasites, we choose NexGuard and NexGuard Spectra, the most complete range of protection against ticks, fleas, mites and worms, all wrapped up in a monthly tasty chew. NexGuard, because every pet deserves a guardian angel. #Guardians of Love.
You've just closed a deal. Your business is about to boom, but you need cash quickly. Do you find a way to cut costs? Tap into your personal savings? Go to the bank with its long queues and pages of paperwork? No. Ask Lula. It's fast, easy Lula to get business funding of up to 5 million rand in 24 hours. Apply online in minutes with no paperwork, no obligations, and no collateral needed. Apply today at lula.co.za and make cash flow.
Previously on Marawa Sports Worldwide.
Is Jomobiela Richards Bay FC. He is the chairman of the club. Again, I go back to that because it breaks my heart. Why don't you have a sponsor?
Maybe this one I can tell you now. I can assure you that we are announcing a sponsor.
Next week?
Next week, definitely.
For how many years?
3 years.
3 years. In a stunning turn of events, Parkway Group, under the visionary leadership of Chairman Thabiso Tenyane, they've announced the monumental sponsorship deal for Richards Bay Football Club.
The presentation of 20 million per season is going to happen for 3 years.
For 3 years.
That's the 60 million.
We need to appreciate such people like the chairman and this group. Those are the people we need to treat like diamonds. Chairman, would like to thank you for brainwashing our football, man.
#MSW. #MSW.
Good evening, Rob, and good evening to the charismatic Edwin Jima. Rob will not speak about Edwin Jima and not mention the moment and the dance moves that he pulled after Sekhukhune beat my beloved Kaizer Chiefs. I don't know what was going through his mind that time, but the images of him making those moves went viral on social media and everywhere else. But my question to Edwin is that, having played for so many years in South Africa for a whole lot of teams, where and which team did you play for where you felt that you were treated so badly? Just want to find out from you. It's Tebogo here. Thank you so much. Tebogo here.
Good evening, Mr. Marawa. Can you please ask Edwin Jima how can he define Willard Katsando?
Chima. Hi, Mr. Marawa. This is Muziki Tetim Kambatin Makongo. Mr. Marawa, it's good to have Mr. Gyimah. Mr. Gyimah, can you tell us about your days in Black Leopard? I remember when Black Leopard, there is a story between Chief Tidiela as well as the game between Leopard and Mamelodi Sundowns. Can you tell us on that chapter, Mr. Gyimah? I thank you.
Good evening, Mr. Rob. It's Wolfelang here, and good evening to the MSW Shoulders, and good evening to Edwin Jima, an underrated defender in the PSL game. I think in my books, he'd be the one defender that any team would like to have. I mean, he was a part of the team that finished in a very promising position at the end of the previous season, and congratulations on that. But hearing that your contract has been terminated, and my apologies for that, man. I don't think a footballer like you that is a very passionate footballer like yourself shouldn't be without a club. I'm sure there's a club that is seeking for your services. Where to from here? What's the plan? What are you going to do? Have you been approached by any club, perhaps? That's what I want to find out. Great show as always. Thanks.
Yeah, Hula Falang, everybody else, thank you so much indeed for your WhatsApp voice notes. Do send more, though. Hey, it's the final push. It's the final 15 minutes of the show. Welcome if you're just joining us now. We're also live on the YouTube channel. I'll take comments coming through from that platform shortly. But let's deal with some of those questions that came up. You know, that paper you're hearing in the background, he's written a bit of a love letter, Edwin Jima. So, stand by at about 7:02, just before we knock off. I'll ask him. I have no clue, but he's coming with a piece of paper. He's scribbled a couple of things, and I'm quite keen as well to know what it is that's on that piece of paper. So, everybody from Tebogo, firstly, the dance moves when you scored against Kaizer Chiefs. It went viral. I'm sure you saw that all over social media. What was the thinking behind that?
I think before each and every game, there's that pressure, that nerves. Each and every player knows his preparation to go to the game, the things that he wants. Me, if the team lose, when I come to the house, I don't talk to my wife.
You don't talk to her?
No, I don't talk to her. When we win, that's when I become happy. I can't. I get angry with myself.
Yeah.
So I think.
But at Black Leopards, then it means you weren't talking to your wife for 2 months.
Yeah, there was a lot. Because even sometimes my wife sometimes she advised me, stop thinking too much.
Yeah.
Stop thinking too much. Stop, putting things in your head that you can't even, control it. I'm like, I want us to do well because I know how it feels. I know that if you do well, there are a lot of things, there are a lot of opportunities, there are a lot of things that will come on your way.
Sure.
So I'm always having a problem when a team lose. I just lose it. I can't even control myself. I have a problem when a team lose.
Justice.
Yeah.
So you should have like a special sponsor of marriage counseling, spiced up with a bit of how to handle defeat and talk to your wife.
Yeah, it's very important because she's been with me since I came to this country, 2011. She's been with me from that time to now.
So she understands now.
She understands everything.
It's not a personal thing.
She knows the game very well.
Yeah.
That she tells me, Gyimah, this, that. So probably before we go on the field and all that, we talk, and I always tell her that, look, today I'm going to play well.
Yeah.
I'm going to make sure I do well and come, because I don't want Mr. Robert, I don't want to come out from the field feeling disappointed. Feeling like...
So now when hubby is not linked to any team, and I think a couple of the other voice notes were talking about it, you mentioned Marumo Gallen, so I don't want you to repeat. But when she finds that you're in a space where you're now frustrated, you don't have a team, you don't have... You're not doing what you love. What then becomes her advice to you in terms of the next step? What does she say?
She always tells me, we normally sit down and talk about life every time. So she always tells me, and with me and her, we have that mentality of everything is possible. We live in a mysterious world. Everything is possible. As much as we do understand how the wind blows, the sun, the things that God has created, as much as we don't have any clue about how God did it, anything is bound to happen. So throughout all these months that I've been in the house, these are the kind of words we use, and we know that we still need to keep the hope and the fighting spirit. So as much as I'm getting to that stage of probably maybe one day I'll retire, we still need to give it a try.
Do you feel that retirement is starting to knock on the door now?
No, but Mr. Robert, growing up, I'm finding myself like now when I share certain knowledge to a young, I feel so good about myself.
Yes.
It makes me full. So me, Mr. Robert, when you're my roommate in the room, and you will never hear me speaking about anything than life. I remember there was this player in Black Lopez. He was in my roommate, but he was young.
Yeah.
And he was going to start the game the next day. So I advised him, I'm like, look, you got the opportunity. If you want to go and play in England, if you want to go and play in this big team, this game is for you. Mr. Robert, the next day, that guy was flying.
Wow.
So I've been with people, a lot of people that with my words, I've seen the impact on their lives. There's this goalkeeper that I don't want to mention his name, that we were very close. I took him to my family. He came here to stay with me. I took him to where that team I was playing. And when I took him there, I told him that, my friend, when he saw the keepers there, he said, Gyimah, no, these keepers, I'm good than them. I'm like, look, one day you are going to be in this team. This same person, when I was with him in the national team, That time they were giving gloves to certain keepers, and he was feeling bad.
Yeah.
I told him, look, one day you will become number one here, and a lot of sponsors will come to you. Mr. Robert, I've helped a lot of friends build shops, get them shops, people that I want to travel, a whole lot. My friend here, Mr. Edwin Jima,
Yeah.
I've been with him from 2011. From 2000, he's my South African friend. He's way older than me, but this are the kind of person.
But what is it saying to you now, Edwin, about what role you want to play when you do retire? Because you might not know it now.
Yeah.
I know it's starting to sound like the spinners of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. You might not know it now, but you'll know it someday, throwing a good love away type of thing. But we're not there. I'm just saying to you that, do you not think that it's a beginning of a new journey for you while you're playing?
Yeah.
But in the background, it is starting to bring itself out.
Yeah.
You figure it out. That's your homework. I'll leave you to it. Before I go to Bongani, the other question is, which football club? And I want you to be honest. You're a spiritual person.
Yeah.
You got nothing to lose. Which club treated you the worst?
Mr. Robert, to answer this question, let me put it in this way. One thing that we players, we need to understand that each and every, when the moment you start accepting things, that when the moment you start accepting that there's one time in life you are bound to fail, then when certain things comes on your way, you take it easy and take it normal. I always tell my wife that if you want better advice, ask your granny or a magogo. She or he will tell you that, hey, what you are rushing and doing this thing, passing and doing this thing is not gonna do anything, because they know.
You know what? You're a very good defender. You've never been the best dribbler. You are about to try and dribble me out of answering my question.
No, I'm not. I'm coming to the question.
Okay, let's answer that question.
Yeah,
Which
I'm
team?
answering.
Give me a name. Don't be shy. Which team treated you badly?
Mr. Robert, they all treated me good.
Can I bring a Bible for you
That is
to
why,
swear?
That is what I'm saying. I'm saying, Mr. Robert, there is no good and there is no bad.
There is bad.
I know, but that is how I take it. There's no one who is good and there's no one who is bad. You can be in a company or in an industry. You are not going to get it the same. You're not going to get it the same. There may be people who likes your service, and there may be people who doesn't like it.
But if you felt disrespected, whether it's good or bad, it's disrespect.
That is what, Mr. When you understand the universe and how it operates, you take things, everything becomes normal for you.
Gyimah, what are the lotto numbers for tomorrow? Morani, good evening.
Good evening, Rob.
Welcome to
good
the
evening
show.
To Edwin Jima. Thanks, Rob.
Thank you so much, man.
Rob, we have one of the most hardworking player that is very intimidating in the PSL in recent years, in the mold of Gerard Rapashela. Rob, a quick question for Edwin Jima. I'd like to ask him, who does he attribute his style of play football, or who influenced his style of play as a player? Because Edwin Jima, Rob, when he goes in, he goes hard. He makes sure that he comes back with the ball.
But who does he remind you of, though, Bongani? Before he answers that question, who does he remind you of?
You know, Tarov, in recent years, in fact, in many moves back, he reminds me of the likes of Linda Butelis, Mercedes-Benz used to go and fetch the ball and come back with it. If the ball does pass, the man doesn't pass. Also, second question, Tarov, which coach did he enjoy working under and improve his game of football player?
Nice one.
Because Edwin Jima, Tarov, went on to play for Orlando Pirates after playing for SuperSport. So I'd like to find out, where did he enjoy and who did he enjoy playing under exactly as a coach?
Beautiful one, Bongani. Thank you so much. In Alberton, quickly through that, who did you enjoy being coached by?
Let's say I think each and every coach has played put a certain impact in my Gavin Hunt, Coach Maxwell Kuni, the former Blasters coach, he's now currently in Black Lopez. Coach McDonald, Tabu Senong, Let me.
No, don't go to the list yet.
Okay.
Don't go. I'm going to give you 2 minutes to go through that list.
So
I want you to speak from the heart.
Yeah.
Now. And also, who influenced your game? Which player do you see yourself? I won't say emulating, but who do you roll your play around?
I think we started growing up. I was Mike Essien. I did watch him a lot, and we have this thing of as much as people mimic. You can watch a certain player, study the player, take his character, his sense of thought, how he does things, then you adapt. You take that energy within you. So Mike Essien got me to where I am now. You know what I mean? And along the way, I switched to Pogba. I switched to Pogba. So I go with the mentality the player has, especially when he controls the ball, how he thinks. So then I take it. So today, if we're playing against Pirate, I need to pick a player. I have to go and watch Sergio Ramos. Yeah, I have to watch Ramos.
What about Pepe? Pepe?
Yeah, he's there. Pepe is there. But, in the game, before going to the game, you need to look up someone, then you take the energy. It's from them. Okay. Then you emulate.
Mazisi on YouTube says that he's always been a scary man, that one. He says more specifically when he was paired with Bashara, he says, your attackers need to go through this. He says, what a player. And it's great to see him being very positive. Let's get to the list. What's in that list? What have you scribbled down there, sir?
Mr. Roberts, I've been wanting to have a platform to say this. This paper has a list of people in my career that played big roles in my career, and they've always stayed in my heart. One is Gavin Hunt. With him in Super Sports, he went to Bidvest. He took me there. Mr. Dr. Ivan Kosa, to thank him for the opportunity he gave me, the exposure he gave me. It really helped my family. Mr. Tidiela. And along the way, in my career, he came in when I was down. He took care of my family. I really appreciate it. Sekhukhune United, the supporters, the coaches, the management, everyone, I really appreciate. Stan Matthews, Super Sports, I really appreciate. Coach Maxwell Kunedu, as I mentioned his name. Mr. Kwesi Nyantechi, former Ghana FA president. My former agent, Mike McCabe, and Black Aces also, I want to thank them. Brendan Truter, Coach Daly, currently, that I'm training with him now.
Yes.
Yeah, these are the people that have played key roles in my career. That when nobody gave me a chance, they gave me a chance. So I want to use this opportunity to thank them throughout this journey. Because sometimes, Mr. Robert, when this life, the more you are living the life, you never know what you've caused before, and you don't know what someone is feeling for you. So if without them, I wouldn't be who I am today. So I really appreciate it.
Please say good night to your wife.
Good night, Mimi.
#MSW live now on 947 Vuma FM, Rise FM, and Soweto Live at the same time.
#MSW.